Uh, Dear students, my name is Ismile. I am going to explain about the C part of BSc Nursing. So physics part I will discuss. So basically today I am going to discuss about the basics of physics. That means mathematical physics I will discuss. It is related with the physics because without maths you cannot do the physics. There is some basics of maths. Basically about vectors, about integration, about dimension and about differentiation. So that part I am going to discuss. So today first I am going to discuss about the vector. So first you see, when I am talking about the vector, you just see vector. So what is the meaning of vector? So when we are talking about the vector basically it represents, suppose one person is going from one position to another position. Suppose if we consider a position, the person is going a position, it represents the person is going A to B. That means this part we can represent like this, but without arrow. Suppose there is a arrow, that is why we can easily understand that the person is going A to B. But if I am writing like this, so here I am writing AB only, so this represents there is no direction. Here you can see there is no direction, but in this case there is a direction. So in this case I cannot define in which direction the person is going, so that is why in this case we cannot identify. So basically vector represent, what is the meaning of vector, what is the representation of vector, and what are the types of vectors. So vector means basically two types of quantities you will get. One is vector quantity, other is scalar quantity. Vector quantity means the quantity which have both direction and magnitude. For example, suppose velocity, I am talking about the velocity. You can see velocity. When we are talking about the velocity it has a direction. That means the velocity one particle is going from A to B or any position, then there is a direction. At the time we can say there is a value also. Velocity 5 meter per second, 3 meter per second, 10 meter per second. Each represent value. Value means magnitude. But in case of scalar quantity, you remember only there is a magnitude, no direction. For example, I am talking about the mass. Mass means basically kg. Suppose 10 kg, I am talking about the 10 kg. This 10 kg represent only mass. There is no direction. For example, when suppose one table is here, one physics books. So I have kept one physics book here. You can see. So I know about the physics, the weight or the mass of the physics around 2 kg, but in which direction? No direction. So that is why it represents scalar quantity. So basically you remember vector quantity and scalar quantity. So now in mathematical formations, how we can explain about the vector as well as scalar quantity. So first students, I am going to discuss in short because basis of maths which is very important for the physics. So first you can see formation of vector. Suppose formation of vector. Suppose I have drawn one diagram here. This is x direction and this is y direction and this is z direction. Three directions are there. So this is origin. So when one particle is going x direction only, then it is represented by I cap. When one particle is going only y direction, then it is represented z cap, and along z direction it is represented k cap. Here I cap, j cap and k cap, these are basically represent unit vectors. I cap, j cap and k cap unit vectors. So these unit vectors when combined together all, so there is a one vector. Suppose this is called position vector and this is called I cap plus j cap plus k cap. So R is equal to I cap plus j cap plus k cap. So this is the representation of vectors. You remember sum of the unit vectors. So I is going x direction. This part we can also write like this: x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. This is the meaning of vector. So vector basically represent direction, arrow sign. This arrow sign meaning means here you can see I cap, j cap and k cap. These are the unit vectors along x, y and z direction. Basically, I think you have idea. Sometimes you have visited different places. you have seen there is a arrow sign is mentioned. The sometime arrow sign it is given like this. This represent you have to go in this direction. If there is a direction it is given like this, that means there is a two direction. It may be x direction, it may be y direction. So this direction basically represent vector. So now see what is the meaning of vector addition. So first you see vector addition. So only basics I am going to discuss, because within short period we have to complete the C course of physics. So vector addition. So for example, suppose if A is a vector, the value of A vector is twice I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap. Okay. So students, you just give the attention here. A cap is equal to twice I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap, and here B vector is equal to I cap plus j cap plus k cap like this. So A vector is equal to twice I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap, and here B vector is equal to I cap plus j cap plus k cap. So in this case you remember A plus B, A vector plus B vector, meaning is twice I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap plus you write down I cap plus j cap plus k cap. Understood? So I have given bracket here because when you will do the subtraction at the time bracket is necessary. So that is why you write down like this: twice I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap plus I cap plus j cap plus k cap. So here you see 2 I cap and I cap. So it will be 3 I cap, and here 3j it will be 4j plus k cap, here it will be twice k cap. So this is the value of the summation of A vector plus B vector. So we can write A plus B vector will be like this. A plus B vector will be like this. So this is the addition of vector. So in this way we can add the vector. So now what is the vector subtraction? So you just see vector subtraction. Now vector subtraction, you can see vector subtraction. What is the meaning of vector subtraction? Suppose I consider here P is a vector, the value of P is equal to twice I cap minus j cap plus k cap. So P is a vector whose value is given 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap, and Q another vector which is given I cap plus 3 j cap plus 4 k cap, it is given. So in this case some vector subtraction will be like this: P vector minus Q vector. You can see here 2 I cap minus j cap plus k cap minus Q. Q means here you can see I cap plus 3 j cap plus 4 k cap. So in this case you can see here twice I cap minus j cap plus k cap minus I cap minus 3 j cap minus 4 k cap. That is why I have taken bracket. Now you see 2 I cap minus I cap. So this can be written as 2 I cap minus j cap, that means I cap, and here minus j cap minus 3 j cap, it is written as 4 j cap, and here plus k cap minus 4 k cap, that means it will be 3 k cap. So this is the result of vector subtraction. So students, I think you got the idea about the vector addition and subtraction. So very simple. You have to give the attention, you have to memorize, you have to hard work for this, then you can easily do vector addition and subtraction. In simple way I have given, so you just study like this. Now this part is over, vector subtraction is over. Now I am going to discuss about unit vector or modulus of vector. So first I am discussing modulus of vector. So you write down everyone, modulus of vector. So what is the meaning of modulus of vector? You always remember modulus or magnitude or gradient is same. Magnitude means, you remember, this is a kind of symbol here suppose a vector, this is a magnitude of a vector or modulus of a vector. So any negative symbol, any negative term, suppose I am writing here -2 inside the modulus, then it will come 2. Meaning of modulus is that negative symbol always become positive term. So here -2, as a result you are getting 2. So this is a kind of modulus. So modulus, any positive value, the result will be positive. Any negative value, the result will be positive after taking modulus. So now, suppose what is the meaning of modulus? I am going to discuss. Suppose for example, you can see one vector. Suppose P is a vector. The value of P is equal to twice I cap plus 3 j cap plus 5 k cap. Now see, P is a vector. In this case, after taking modulus, therefore modulus of P vector will be, that means modulus of P vector will be, you remember this can be written as like this also, and this is a 2 square plus 3 square plus 5 square. So ultimately the result will be under root 4 plus 9 plus 25. It will be 413. So it will be, what is the value, students? So here 13. So in 13 and 25 it will be 38. So it will be 38. So now see, what is the value 38? So approximately we will get 6.2 like this. So when you are writing approximately, then you have to use this is a symbol. Suppose your exact result is 7, but you are getting 6.8 or 6.6. At the time you have to use this symbol. This is called equivalent. The name of the symbol is equivalent symbol. So this symbol you can use. Now this is the modulus. So for example, one more example I am going to discuss. You see, suppose A is a vector. Suppose I cap plus j cap, and here B is a vector 3 I cap minus j cap. So two vectors I have mentioned here. One is I cap, j cap, 2 I cap minus j cap. So in this case, suppose A plus B. So what is the value of A plus B? So we can write I plus 2I, that means it will be 3I, and plus j minus j, it will be 0. So no need to write. So therefore modulus A vector plus B vector, it will be under root 3 square. Under root 3 square. This is the meaning. So as a result you will get, what is the value? 3. So this is called vector modulus in terms of addition. But in case of subtraction, suppose A minus B here. So I cap plus j cap minus twice I cap plus j cap. So in this case we can write here minus I cap plus 2j cap. So therefore modulus A vector minus B vector, we can write under root, here coefficient of I cap is -1. So it will be -1 whole square plus 2 square. That means under root 1 plus 4 is equal to under root 5. So this is the result. So this is the idea about the modulus of vectors. So students, you remember, in this way whatever numericals we have given to you, you can easily solve in this process. Now see unit vector. Very important part. It is basically used in physics. Unit vector. So what is the meaning of unit vector? Suppose you just see unit vector. I am writing unit vectors. Unit vectors. So what is the meaning of unit vector? For example, suppose I consider one vector phi. The value of phi is equal to x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. That means I have considered here three unit vectors I cap, j cap and k cap, which is along x direction, y direction and z direction. You just remember the previous diagram which is given to you, x direction, y direction and z direction. Or is it I cap here, j cap here, k cap here. Now you can see what is the unit vector. You remember modulus already I have given to you. So unit vector means unit vector p cap. Cap means unit vector, it represents cap. So here p vector divided by modulus of p vector. This is a kind of formula for finding the unit vector. So using this formula, now p vector, what is the value of p vector? Here given x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Now here modulus I have given to you. Modulus means coefficient of square, that means it will be x square plus y square plus z square. So this is the idea about the unit vector. So any value is given in terms of value. So I have taken here x, y and z. But if the value is given, so you can easily calculate the value by using this formula. This is the formula for unit vectors. Okay, now see the basic important part of this topic. That means you will get vector addition, subtraction, unit vector, and now I am going to discuss about the vector in terms of product. That means what are the types of product? So multiplication of vectors, that means product of vectors. So product of vectors. Now see product of vectors. Product of vectors basically two types. Number one is scalar product. Or dot product. So number one is scalar product, either scalar product or dot product. It will represent same. Number two, here vector product oblique cross product. So two types of product is there. One is scalar product or dot product, other is vector product or cross product. Now first you see what is the meaning of scalar product, dot product. Basically scalar or dot product means only dot is here, and vector product or cross product means it is represent cross. So dear students, you always remember from the beginning, already we know that 2 into 3 is equal to 6, 3 into 2 is equal to 6, but today I am going to change the values, because in case of vector product it will change. Suppose 2 into 3 is equal to 6, 3 into 2 is equal to minus 6. So dear students, you can see the basic properties in case of vector. In case of vector, you always remember when the position is changes, at the time the value will change. So that is why minus sign is there. You remember water has no color. So in case of digit, when we are taking in case of vector, the value will change according to the like your water. So now you see first scalar product. So I am going to discuss about the scalar product. So dear students, you have to learn some formula related with this. This formula very essential for solving the numericals in physics. So first you see rules. Scalar product. First you remember rules. What are the rules? Number one. For any two vectors, suppose I consider one vector is A, other vector is B. For any two vectors, number one, A dot B, vector sign will be there. A dot B is equal to B dot A. That means in case of dot product, we can write 2 into 3 is equal to 3 into 2, 17. Number 2, A dot B is equal to mod A. Mod A already I have given today. You just recall your mind. So here B vector, now here cos theta will come. You remember this is theta angle origin, A vector and here B vector. So cos theta will come here. So in case of dot product, you remember A dot B means B dot A will be same, and number 2, A dot B is equal to mod A, mod B is equal to mod A mod B into cos theta. Number 3 formula is very important. You remember I have shown 3 direction along x, y and z. So x represent I cap, y represent j cap, and z represent k cap. So you remember, in case of I cap, so I am writing here I cap. Cap. What is the meaning of cap? Cap means only one direction. So I cap dot I cap is equal to 1. You always remember, I cap dot I cap, that means I dot I is equal to 1. Here j dot j also 1, k dot k also 1. That means similar unit vectors always gives unit value. That means 1. I dot I 1, j dot j 1, k dot k is equal to 1. But when you are doing cross product, that means when you are doing suppose different values, for example I dot j, that means you have to remember one circle. This is a circle. You can see here I cap, j cap, k cap. I consider clockwise direction. So when I am doing here I dot j is equal to j dot k is equal to k dot I is equal to 0. So you remember, in case of dot product, similar unit vectors value will give unit value, but in case of dissimilar unit vector will give 0. So this is the rule. And number 5, you remember, if you change the position, I have taken here clockwise direction. So if you take anti-clockwise direction, the value will remain same, because already you know a dot b is equal to b dot a, same thing. So it will k dot j is equal to I dot k is equal to 0. So this is the basic properties, basic rules, basic formula of scalar product. Now I am going to discuss about the example related with this formula. Suppose you can see here. Suppose I am giving one question or one example. Here given A is a vector. Vector A is equal to I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap is here, and B vector is equal to I cap minus 2j cap plus 4k cap is given. Now what is the value of A dot B? A dot B we have to find. We have to calculate the value of A dot B. So in this case, what we will do? You see, A dot B is equal to, first you write the value of A, this value you have to write. That means I cap plus 3j cap plus k cap, and here bracket, you should keep bracket, that dot is there, so you have to put dot here, and again the value of B, I cap minus 2j cap plus 4k cap. Clear, students? You just see, as it is I have written the value of A. I have written A is given first, that is why I have written the value of A is first, and dot is here dot, after that B. So you remember normal product. In case of normal product, you always remember, already you know, in case of normal product, suppose if I am writing suppose x plus y, here A plus B. So normally xy, the product will be xa plus xb plus ya plus yb. It will be like this. But in case of vector, you always remember there is a different rule. You remember what is the rule? You remember here the coefficient of I cap multiply with the coefficient of I cap. I am giving very shortcut process. And here coefficient of j cap, I am giving this one j cap. Coefficient of k cap, I am giving with k cap. Now you remember, no need to multiply like this. If you multiply in this way, the first term multiply with 3, second term multiply with 3, third term multiply with 3 variables, it will around 9 terms will come. It will take more time. In your exam, you will get very less time. You have to complete within the time. So you have to take care of it. Now see, so what is the value? You can see 1 into 1. It will be 1. That means coefficient of I. So here given 1, here also given 1. 1 it is not mentioned, but you already know. Nothing mentioned means 1 is there. So 1 into 1, 1. Again you see plus, minus, minus. 3 into 2, it will be 6. Plus, plus, plus. 1 into 4, it will be 4. Now thing is that I have considered here I cap, j cap, k cap, k cap. But here you can see I dot I means 1. This first formula. This one third formula. I dot I, that means 1. That means I have written when 1 into 1 I have written 1. I dot I, that means 1. J dot j means 1. K dot k means 1. That is why I have not written. So directly you can do like this. So in this case you can see here 1 plus 4 it will be 5 minus 6. The result will be minus 1. So this is the value of A dot B. Now you remember. So the first you can see A dot B we have calculated. So here if we do B dot A, similarly B dot A, the result will come same only. It will come minus 1 only. So dear students, you remember. So in case of dot product, we have to calculate angle also. That means here I have mentioned here theta, cos theta, cos theta. So this cos theta, that means we have to find the angle also. So another questions I am going to discuss, that you can see. Suppose you have given one vector. Suppose one question is given to you. If A is a vector, here given I cap plus j cap plus k cap, and B is a vector, here given twice I cap minus j cap plus 4 k cap. Now find the angle between, find the angle between A and B. Find the angle between A and B. That means vector A and vector B. We have to calculate the angle between A and B. Now you can see this is the formula. So from the given formula we have to calculate first A dot B. After that modulus A, modulus B. After knowing this we can easily calculate the value of cos theta. Suppose solution, you can see here what is the solution. First you see A dot B we have to calculate. So A dot B. So now I am going to write directly. You see here 1 into 2 it will be 2. I dot I means 1, no need to write. Again plus minus, that means minus. 1 into 1 it will be 1. Plus plus plus. 1 into 4 it will be 4. So 6 minus 1 it will be 5. Now A dot B is equal to 5. Now what is the value of modulus of A? Modulus of A like this. Modulus of A, that means under root coefficient of I cap 1 square, coefficient of j cap 1 square, coefficient of k cap 1 square. So it will be under root 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to root 3. Now B vector is here under root. What is the value of B vector? You can see 2 square, but you always remember minus sign is here, that is why you have to mention minus 1 whole square plus 4 square. So what is the value? Here it will be 4 plus 1 plus 16, it will be 21. So A dot B, modulus A, modulus B already I have calculated. Now using this formula you can easily calculate the value of cos theta. So therefore we already know cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by modulus A modulus B. So what is the value of A dot B? A dot B means 5. Here 5, and modulus A means root 3, and here modulus B it will be 21. So that means 5 by under root 63. So we have to calculate the value of angle. So that is why cos theta, you can write cos theta is equal to 5 by under root 63. Therefore theta is equal to cos inverse, it will be 5 under root 63. So this is the result of for calculating the value of angle from the given question. Now see, this is the idea about the dot product, so or scalar product. Now I am going to discuss about the vector product. It is very important. Vector product, it is related with the electricity, which is given in class 12 course. Electrostatics, it is also given cross product. So that is why you should know about this dot product and cross product. Now, so this part is over. Scalar product is over. So now I am going to discuss about cross product. So students, please write down the formula notes related with this. So first, number 1 done, scalar product done. That means here cross product or vector product, cross product or vector product. So first you should know about the rules. Rules is very important. So number 1, in case of cross product, A cross B for any two vectors I consider here, it will be minus B vector into A vector. Now see, I told you that in case of vector product or cross product, when you change the position of any vector, minus sign will come. So initially A position is first, but I have written B position first, that is why negative sign will come. Number 2, A cross B, it will be mod A, mod B, as similar you can see in case of scalar product. But you remember, this cross product is here, that is why sin theta will come, sin theta and one unit vector n cap. One unit vector will come. Unit vector means value is 1. Now A cross B is equal to mod A, mod B, sin theta. But in case of scalar product, already you know, mod A, mod B, cos theta. So this is the difference. Number 3, you have seen here I cap dot I cap 1, but in this case you remember similar value, I cross I is equal to 0, J cross J is equal to 0, and K cross K is equal to 0. I cross I is equal to 0, J cross J is equal to 0, and K cross K is equal to 0. But here in this case scalar product, you can see I cap 1, J cap 1, K cap 1. So I cross I is equal to 0, J cross J is equal to 0. That means similar values of unit vectors will be 0 in case of cross product. Now you remember number 4, you have to check this circle. So I cap here, J cap here, and here K cap. Now see, clockwise direction I am writing. So I cross J. So when I am taking I and J, the remaining part will be K cap. So that is why it will be K cap. Again, J cross K is equal to I cap, and here K cross I is equal to J cap. So I cross J is equal to K cap, J cross K is equal to I cap, K cross I is equal to J cap. So when you are taking anti-clockwise direction, then the value will come negative. That means rule number 5, it will be J cross I, it will be minus K, and K cross J is equal to minus I, and I cross K, it will be minus J. So in this case, in case of scalar product, there is no change, but in case of vector product, there is a change. That means when you change the position, then negative sign will come. Now you can see the application for that. What is the applications? That means numericals related to the cross product. It is very important. You should give attention and concentration, because there is a slight extra additional rule will be used. So first you see suppose question is given here. If P is a vector given I cap plus 2j cap plus 7k cap, and Q is a vector here given twice I cap minus j cap plus 3k cap is given. So we have to calculate the value of P cross Q. That means what is the value of P cross Q? Now there is a rule. In case of scalar product, it is very simple process, but in this case you can see you have to remember some additional process. So, but I am trying to give simple way. So first you see P cross Q. You just give one like a determinant symbol. This is like a modulus symbol or determinant symbol. So first you see P cross Q. So you just come to P. P is here. So first you see unit vector. I have used 3 unit vectors, I cap, j cap and k cap I have used here. So it will be I cap, j cap and k cap. So I cap, j cap and k cap I have mentioned. Now first you see P. So come to P. So what is the coefficient of I cap? 1. I have written here 1. What is the coefficient of j cap? It will be 2. What is the coefficient of k cap? 7. Again come to Q. Q is here. So what is the coefficient of I cap? It will be 2. What is the coefficient of j cap? It will be minus 1. What is the coefficient of k cap? It will be 3. So you can see what is the process. Now you remember this is called first column, second column, third column, and this is the first row, second row and third row. So you remember in this case, first you remember in physics class 9 you got one wave, formation of wave in case of sound. This is a kind of wave. So suppose I am trying to write here, you just see what is the meaning, how we can proceed to solve. So I think you have idea about the wave. There are different types of wave: sine wave, square wave, triangular wave, pulse. These are the wave. So suppose I am drawing here one wave. So this is a wave. You can see this is a kind of wave. So in this wave, the wave is propagating. The wave is going into forward direction. That is why I am giving the direction arrow sign like this. Our target to solve this one. So that is why you have to say this part. So here this is called positive part. This is called positive part, and this part is a negative. This part again positive. This part is positive. So positive part it will be I cap. Negative part it will be j cap. Positive part it will be k cap. So I cap, j cap and k cap. You can see I cap, j cap and k cap. So in this case, so I is positive, j is negative, k is positive according to the diagram. Now when I will write here I cap, I is positive, no need to mention. So you just give one modulus symbol, and here minus j, give like this, plus k, again you give like this. Now you remember, so when you are taking I, this value I is related with the first term. That means this is the first row and first column. So when you are taking the first, I is related with the first row and first column. So the remaining part will be 2, 7, minus 1, 3. Keep in mind, students, here I have taken I. I is related with this line and I is related with this line. So that is why remaining part will be 2, 7, minus 1, 3. Again, when I am taking j, j is related with this line, j is related with this line. So remaining part 1, 7, 2, 3, 1, 7, 2, 3. Again, when I am taking k, k is related with this line, k is related with this line. So remaining part will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 minus 1. So in this case, you remember I cap. So there is a rule. Suppose you have given A, B, C, D. So what you will do? First you have to multiply AD Again you just multiply CV. You remember not DA, not CV. There is a plus minus symbol. It is very important. So this is the formula AD minus CV. AD minus CV. This is a rule. First you have to multiply A and D minus C and B, not B and C. So this is the rule you remember. So here 2 into 3 like this. 2 into 3 it will be 6 minus and here minus plus it will be 1 into 7 it will be 7. Again you can see here I have written J cap, so 3 minus 14 plus K cap it will be minus 1 minus 4. So ultimately we are getting 13 I cap and here it will be plus 11 J cap and here minus 5 K cap. Now students, you can see in case of scalar product we obtain the value of direct value, that means magnitude of the value, but in case of cross product we are getting I cap, J cap and K cap value. So this is the difference of vector addition, vector subtraction, vector product and vector dot product and cross product. This is the difference. So you remember like this. Now I am going to apply in your C exam questions. Suppose how this vector addition, subtraction, dot product, cross product basically used in the given questions. You just see very simple questions I am giving to you. And one more thing, there is one more part is there, resultant vector. What is the meaning of resultant vector? You should know about the resultant vector also. So basically for resultant vector you can write the notes. No need to derive here. Derivation not required in your exam. So resultant vector R is equal to under root. Suppose A square plus B square plus twice AB cos theta. So this is called resultant vector and these are the two unit vectors. So angle between two unit vectors is cos theta. So you remember like this. This is the resultant vector. Now I am going to discuss the questions related with the C exam. Now you can see, suppose you have given question number 1. Suppose if P if suppose it is given like this, if A plus B plus C, that is A vector B vector is equal to 0, only this part is given to you. So which of the following option is correct? Which of the following option is correct? Which of the following option is correct? Now see, A plus B plus C is equal to given 0. So option is given to you like this: A cross B, already I taught today, is equal to B cross A, B cross C is equal to A cross C. You will see I will give the 4 options, but all the options will remain same only. There is a slight difference. So A cross B, it will be C cross B is equal to C cross E like this, and C number A cross B, B cross C is equal to C cross A. This is the questions you can see, and I am writing here none of this, none of the above, none of the above. Now very simple question is given to you. So if A vector plus B vector plus C vector is equal to 0, then we have to find the value option, which of the option is correct. Out of 3 options here you can see none of this also given. So now see, I am going to solve. So in shortcut process, suppose solution, I am writing the solution here. Solution you can see given here A vector plus B vector plus C vector is equal to 0. So what we will do first, A cross B, everywhere 3 option it is given A cross B. So I am writing here A plus B is equal to here minus C. Now I have written right side C, so you just multiply with C. A plus B cross product into C, right side also minus C into C, because similar vector product will be 0. That is why we can write like this, minus C it will be 0. So here we can write A cross C plus B cross C is equal to 0. Ultimately we can write here B cross C is equal to, so when it will move up right side, that means minus A vector will come here, C vector come here, so this can be written as C into A vector. So when change the position, that is why B C is equal to C into A, equation number 1. So again I have taken right side C, again you can see again in short, again A plus C I am writing here is equal to minus B. So similarly, if you multiply A plus C into B, here also minus B into B, okay. Now right side it will be 0, so we can write A into B plus C into B is equal to 0. So this part can be written as, implies A vector B vector is equal to B vector into C vector. So from equation 1 and 2 we get, you see, from 1 and 2 we get A into B is equal to B into C B into C is equal to C into A. That means C into A. So option will be this one correct. That means A cross B is equal to B cross C. This is the option, correct option for you. Okay. So this is the idea about the vector. Okay. So today I told you that I will discuss about the basics of maths. So this is the part of the vector. So now next topic I am going to discuss about your differentiation. After that integrations, then you can do easily physics.